Hey everybody, it's Sagittarius998 Adam, and some may be aware that I curate a Long Island challenge. I have recorded that already. Actually, you won't know, but I did record this week's Long Island challenge, which will be released on Wednesday, at some point Wednesday, probably in the morning, and I curate it and I publish it to the subreddit. However, I've also made a Maryland pro map, much like the Long Island one. By clicking very densely into Maryland, there's probably about at least 1,000 locations in this pro map, maybe more than 1,000 locations. And it's pretty much that. So Maryland challenge is trying to get it as much of a random challenge as possible. And so now it's time to play it. I haven't played it yet. I updated it today, try to include more locations, and eventually this might replace the Long Island challenge once we get more repeats on Long Island, or once I get tired of Long Island, once other people get tired of Long Island, whatever. At some point, I'm sure we'll have Maryland instead of Long Island, and it'll be fun as well. I made it a 5-minute time limit. There's bad camera. There are quite a few bad cameras in Maryland, actually. Okay, that was a construction sign. Yeah, okay. But there are quite a few bad cameras in Maryland. There are a lot of good cameras in the immediate Washington area, but outside of that, there's a lot of bad cameras. So it's something that you don't encounter with Long Island, because there's about 5 places on Long Island maybe that have bad cameras, and they're very limited in scope. So Maryland challenge again. Yeah, I made it 5 minutes just to try it out, because I see Maryland is far bigger than Long Island. It's there's a lot more rural locations and ones where you may not find something even in 5 minutes. It may be tough to find. So definitely, it's something that will be. It would be a 5-minute time limit if I were to do this in the future. Now, so far, I don't really know where this could be. It could be the Eastern Shore. There's a lot of corn. There's a lot of corn on the Eastern Shore. That's the state law stop for school buses if flashing lights are on. Sign. Okay, we've got, what do we got here? We've got Johnston's Discount Liquors, Oktoberfest. Makes sense, this is an October 2008 image then, because that's when most of the fall was recorded. This actually feels a little bit like northeast Maryland. We are on the Maryland, nope, we are on the US 222, indeed, we are in northeastern Maryland. Northeastern part, 222 comes down from PA, right here. We were going north. I bet, you know what, Discount Liquors is right on the state line. This is probably State Line Road or something. It doesn't say that, but I bet it is, because that's why it would say US 222. I mean, you probably just entered PA. Well, maybe. Did we enter PA? We did enter PA. Work zone use headlights. That's a sign that you only see in PA, because it's not a state law in Maryland. So we had this road over here. I've never taken the US 222. I went through Fair Hill and 273. I was about to say it reminded me of 273 a bit, which is why I was gonna say it's northeastern Maryland, and it is. Now it would be fantastic if we had a better camera, because we could read the thing then. So there's a road over to the west. Road to the west. It's a named road. And could it be Mount Zor Road? Maybe. I could see that. There's a left-hand curve after it. I think it is Mount Zor Road. Then we would reach, do we have the liquor store mapped out? Well, the liquor store is up here. Yeah, there's Johnston USA's Liquors. So we got a curve, and then there would be Johnston Road would be on this side. There it is, it's Johnson Road. So we're about by Mount Zor. You're north of Mount Zor a little bit. North of Mount Zor. Okay. make the guess. Off by 3 points. We were closer. No, bad camera, 1 star. Another bad camera. This is a problem with Maryland. Alright? I mean, it's not West Virginia. It's not as bad as West Virginia, but it's bad cameras, you know. That's like that might be the reason if we get rid of Long Island, perhaps I might do a Poland challenge, because Poland doesn't have bad cameras. Poland is also fairly big in the sense that I can click a lot, there won't be repeats, and I like getting Poland. It might also be more challenging than Maryland. Certainly, you know, I'm not a big fan of bad cameras. I don't know anybody that is a fan of bad cameras. And it might just be a little tough to play the Maryland challenge if we keep getting all these bad cameras. So I'll look into creating a Poland pro map. There's not very many, well, there's a few Polish pro maps, and usually they feature just the famous places, Wawel and other, you know, places that Gdynia, or not Gdynia, Gdańsk, and stuff like that. So no, I did not click nearly that far. There was a road sign here. The speed limit sign, 35. So it's, I don't know, I think, I see, you know, we're just 2 locations into the Maryland challenge, but when I was clicking, I did notice a lot of bad cameras. Now, I could selectively look to eliminate them, but that means, you know, Western Maryland is gone, period, other than I-68, and then, like, southern, like, Calvert County, Charles County, gone. St. Mary's County, gone. So, Dorchester County on the eastern shore, gone. At that point, you're cutting out half of Maryland's land area if you want to cut out bad cameras, which I don't think is a good representation of Maryland. So, you know, either you deal with the bad cameras, or you just don't do Maryland, and that's, the latter is probably the better choice. Unfortunately, maybe once they maybe they'll reimage. I mean, they already did reimage some of Maryland recently, but hopefully they do it again. Now, I'd rather, it's nice when Google, you know, does Ghana and stuff, but honestly, I'd rather them, like, take this might be a good camera here. No, it's not. Of course it's not. I'd rather them take a year break, or a year and a half break. Don't add more countries and just reimage America. Like, there's, you know, it's just, I would much rather have good cameras in the U.S. and play state lands and not worry about, the same thing with Australia. Reimage both. Take your year break. Don't do new countries. As much as I want new countries. Bryan's Road is in Southern Maryland, by the way. As much as I like new locations, new countries, Ghana is much appreciated. So is Senegal, the Faroe Islands, which will come out later this year, I believe. But just no, things will be much better if there's good cameras in general, and sometimes the bad cameras, especially bad cameras and new motion, is horrible. If you take the bad cameras out, it's going to be a much better experience, and I think, as opposed to taking them out, rather reimage them. That way you're not losing locations. There we go, finally. So Maryland 227. Is Bryan's Road not in Southern Maryland? There's a 225. Got a minute to go. There's the 228, 223, so all of them so far, other than the one that we need. Oh, it continues off of the 224, which we saw. There's the 224, and I don't see the 227. 5, 4, 7. It's a great thing. 227 comes in through here, and then joins up with the 4 right there. You're on the 4 coming from Bumpy Oak Road. What were we on? Because we were on a sizable road. 17 seconds left is not going to be enough. It's not going to cut it. Were we on this? And then Like, I bet we were on like the 225, but whatever. We'll see in 1 second. No, we were on the 224. We came in, oh yeah, we came in here and then, okay, yeah. That explains it. We're a bit further south. So this is Charles, yeah, because it's near Waldorf. Yeah, it's Charles County. So we were in Charles County and we were in Cecil County so far. One bad camera, 1 star. Good camera this time. So, there we have it, finally. It's so much better when there's a good camera. Oil City, I have no clue where that is, except these things are normally found in Southern Maryland. 443 is the area code, which is Baltimore and the Eastern Shore, but I'm not sure that Southern Maryland is also not part of the 443. We'll see in a second, because we've got, it's the 313 in Greensboro. That's Eastern Shore. There's a 313. Oil City is right here. We came in south to Oil City, south. So, we're by Piney Branch Lane. Piney Branch Lane, is that it? No, that's a driveway. There's Piney Branch Lane. We were just north of that. That's the driveway. So, we're in this right here. Should be a 5,000 point. Really? 4999. Well, okay, look. Yeah. No. Just, no, we were not off the road. But yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. Okay, it's a cul-de-sac. 410 is the area code, which is another Baltimore area code. Baltimore and Eastern Shore. 410 and the 443 overlap. So the safety things, bus shelters, are only in Southern Maryland and apparently in Eastern Maryland, on the Eastern Shore as well. Although I've never actually seen them there, but I probably didn't look. Plus, it's been a very long time since I've been on the Eastern Shore. I don't really go to Ocean City anymore. It's too crowded. And yeah, I've been in Southern Maryland much more often than I have on the Eastern Shore. It's Nasarema Lane, which I find interesting. Obviously, Nasarema being backwards for American, and it was a satire piece that was written. I don't know why they decided to name it after that, but I'm not gonna link it in the comments necessarily, but it was a satire piece basically. It presented this foreign culture, and it was actually just a satire of Americans basically. It's quite funny to read, especially when you know, I basically, spoiler alert, I just kind of told you it's more fun when you read it when you don't know what it's about in general. We're by Stevenson, which is in, which town is it in? Well, thankfully the POIs are back. It's north of, going from Owings Mills, it's somewhere in here. There it is. If we're there, then, if we're in Green Spring, because if this is the 130, pause, yeah, it is. No, sorry, I remember this actually. I've driven on 130, Green Spring Valley Road. I think I noticed Nasarema Lane when I was driving there. This was about a year ago. Actually, almost exactly a year ago. It was April 1st or something like that. The Maryland Geography Bee takes place now in, at least last year it did. It took place in Owings Mills somewhere at the MPT station. So, not when I competed, but later, but yeah, last year it did. So we were on the curve, and then there was another curve, and another curve, and then another curve, and then you end. At the stop sign, we were on Bywoods Lane, rather. Which curve you think? That one? Because we curved again, and then, more or less. There's one driver, there's another driveway. Sure. Off by 2 points. Nice location. Suburbs of Baltimore. This could be my home county. I think it is. That appears to be a Montgomery County bin. Perhaps. We'll see. I'm not familiar with Gatewater Lane or whatever, although it looks a little bit like it's off of Watkins Mill. Falls Chapel Way, indeed. Well, okay. We're in Rockville somewhere then. My home county. No, we're not. We're in Germantown. Wow. Yeah, Falls Chapel is off of... Which one? It's in here somewhere. I think. Or is it in... I don't know. Is that... Let's continue out. No, I'm not sure where it is now. I was thinking of something else. Let's... No. It's south. 189. What is the 189? Let's... Tuckerman and Falls Chapel. It's off of Falls Road. Tuckerman, Falls Chapel Way, Reach Road. We were on Gatewater Drive. So we were in Rockville, Potomac, Rockville. I think that's still Rockville. So I was right initially. And then I was, yeah. We were on Gatewater View Crossing Way. Or rather, what? No, we were on Drive Crossing Terrace. I don't know if something's a little off. I'm not tired, but I don't know why I'm having trouble reading and processing. There we go, 5,000 points. Nice location. We were in 24/7/91. No Western Maryland, not a shocker. There's not much out there that's mapped. So we were in Montgomery, Charles, Baltimore, whatever this is. Kent. Nope, that's not Kent. Maybe that's Kent County. I don't know. Some county, and then Cecil County. It was nice. It's not often I get Maryland, and so it's nice to actually play only in Maryland. But it's a shame 2 other locations had bad cameras. Maybe I'll record another episode right after this and see if we get more cameras, if we scrap this forever or not. I don't know. But yeah, until next time. See you.